What's up, kids? Nate's here, back with another one of them there 2018 Brewtubers double IPA. Damn it, it's a mouthful. Anyway, I'm going to do a review here of Nikhil's beer. Very simple label, just the lighting is not letting it show up very good. But great label, man. A little bit of notebook paper ripped out, like little hand-torn square, and then stuck on the bottle. He used Columbus, Nelson, Salvin, and Azaka for dry hops. He hit the target IBU of 86 according to his label, but his ABV was low, and I think we're contributing that partially to the fact that he uses a grain father, brews on the grain father, which, you know, you got to kind of dial that in for hitting targets, from what I understand. But he's got some 14% alpha Columbus at 60, 1 ounce of it. Nelson Sauvin, he added 3 ounces, 3 ounces at 15 minutes, and then 1 ounce at 1 minute. And then 4 ounces of Azaka for a 7-day dry hop. So kudos to you, brother, on that awesome dry hop. That's how you do it. So what do we got? I'm gonna crack into this thing if I can find my bottle opener. I'm curious on this. He did find, it looks like he did find the, he's got Cara 30 down, which I think is just Caramel 30. And this was a bottle conditioned beer. So you can see right there in the top, beautiful smoke. Oh, we got some excitement. But you can see the yeast, a little yeast rim at the top probably from just sitting in the truck. So it is a lively one. Looks like you had enough priming sugar. I had to get that out of the bottle. She was ready to jump. Caught me a little bit off guard. I'm getting spoiled with these keg bottled beers, you know, beer gun bottled. So I'm not really able to get a solid nose off of that. I'm going to hit pause here, and I'll come back in just a minute after this thing settles down. Cheers. All right, I'm back. Settled down. Maybe I didn't settle down, but the beer did. All right, so what do we got going on here? Let's see what we can dig up. Color is gorgeous. Man, that is a beautiful, beautiful color. I did a little swirl there. That head is persistent. Looks wonderful. Let's get some aroma. Okay. Well, I'm picking something up on the aroma here. Picking up some phenolics. So I would venture to guess that that is a water issue. Got a cut on my finger, sorry. Just split it open about an hour ago. Yeah. That concerns me a little bit. Yeah. Been there. I've been there. I'm trying to get past it and see what kind of hop characteristics I can pull through. I can smell the hops trying to jump through it. So I'm getting a clove character, which is certainly can be from a phenolic component. Those phenolic components can come out from the chlorines and the chloramine or chloramine in water. If you don't treat it, get rid of that either by reverse osmosis or you can use Camden tablets. If it's just chlorine, you can actually pour your water out into, say, like an empty carboy the night before, or a 5-gallon bucket the night before, and just let it volatilize out, because chlorine is a volatile component of water, and it will actually just evaporate right out. So if you've got good water from your municipal tap, then you can just throw it in a bucket and let it sit. Just like a loosely fitting lid is enough to let that just escape out, or maybe a piece of cheesecloth just to keep bugs and dirt out or something over the top. Something that's going to allow those volatiles to escape. I have pretty high chlorines here in my water, and I treat my water with Camden tablets if I'm brewing from the tap. Most of the time I go to the local grocery store and pick up, I have water jugs that I fill up, 5-gallon jugs. Because it's like $1.50 or $1.75 a gallon, or a 5-gallon, so it's not terrible. So, past that, I'm struggling to get past that personally, but that's just me. I'm getting a lemon lime character coming out of this thing, and I've never brewed with just Azacca in the past, so I can't. And I have had all Azacca beers before, but it's been a little while. I think that was our one of the first hops experiments we did. I think when Puka ran it. What was that? 2014 or 2015? No. Geez, it's been a while. I think it was 2014. It's been quite a while since we did that one. Maybe as this thing warms up too, it'll present some more. All right, I'm gonna dive in. Good taste. Cheers. Cheers, Nikhil. Thanks, man. Okay, so initial taste, I got that same phenol characteristic. Some people will describe it as medicinal or Band-Aid-like. Other people can pick up different things like metallics. For me, it doesn't last long. It's almost more in the aroma. It's definitely like the first thing that I get. It's kind of like a blast. Past that, I'm getting a big, juicy orange. So the initial taste, I get just a touch of that, and then I just get a big, juicy, fresh orange, and it's awesome. Some grapefruit too. A ruby red, sweet, really sweet, maybe a ruby red grapefruit with a little bit of sugar sprinkled on top. So the bitterness is actually really nice. I was expecting a lot more bitterness from this being a lower alcohol beer and still being up at 80, 86, I think is what he's got on his bottle. Yeah. So I was really expecting this thing to just be kind of like enamel peeling, but to be honest, it's quite balanced. The underlying beer here is actually quite nice. I think that water thing, I'm almost dead certain, man. I've had that before, so I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts that this is just your water, and your brewing techniques and everything are solid, because this is a very tasty beer. If you can get beyond that phenolic component that shouldn't be there. So it is a flaw. If you put this in a competition, you would get ripped for it. Probably wouldn't score that good because judges can't get past, at least the ones I've dealt with or talked to, they really just can't get past when you've got such a prevalent off flavor. But that being said, I'm not a BJCP judge. Don't plan to be. Fermentation seems good. It's got a really nice balance. It's actually the right, to me, I think that's the right ABV level for this kind of experiment. No offense, Mike Dean, I know 8.2 is your session style session beer, but yeah, I think that 6.8, like 6.5 to 6.8 for an IPA, if you're really looking at hops, I think that's like the sweet spot for me. Real nice finish. It's dry, but not overly dry. That phenol character, it subsides. So the back end of the palate and the aftertaste, it's not so strong. I know this is a long review, deal with it. I'm gonna say nice job. Get your water filtered, get an RO, get a or not an RO, that's kind of expensive. You don't want to get an RO, you can just get a carbon filter, charcoal filter kind of thing. Get one of those canisters, you know, with a replaceable charcoal filter. They make some inline ones for like RVs, and they're okay, but the trick to them is you got to run the water through real slow. Otherwise, it doesn't have any residence time in the filter, so you really don't get a lot. You don't pull enough out. So if you've got a high flow or high pressure water supply, you got to back that valve off and just run it nice and slow. You know, collect it while you're weighing grains or something, and just keep an eye on it. But yeah, otherwise you could get one of the big not industrial, but the household size ones. Rig up a deal in line. A lot of guys do that. Excuse me. Or collect your water the night before, throw a Camden tablet in. I've read where Camden tablets will work in an hour or two. I've never put that to the test. I've always done it the night before, collected, had it all ready to go the next morning. So anyway, you'll work it out. Keep brewing, man. Don't let this discourage you because there's no reason to. This is an easy fix, super simple fix, and you're already a good brewer. I can taste that. So anyway, Nikhil, nice job, man. I appreciate you getting into this. It's a great way to learn about new hops and you know how you do as a brewer. So cheers to you. Cheers to everyone else in this experiment. Cheers to Mike Dean. Thanks for doing this, man. And until next time, homebrew up. Cheers.